monkeypox. Doctors have found a number of cases in men who have sex with men. The virus is similar to smallpox, but it can be spread through close contact, and, for whatever reason, a number of the patients are gay and bisexual men.
Raves in Europe are what may have sparked the international monkeypox outbreak. An advisor to the World Health Organization says the leading theory is focused on sexual behavior among gay and bisexual men at two events in Spain and Belgium.
The U.S. has the highest number of known cases of any country right now, and the World Health Organization has declared the recent outbreak a public health emergency of international concern.
And joining us today is Dr. Dimitri Daskalakis, the White House National Monkeypox Response Deputy Coordinator. He also serves as the Director of the Division of HIV Prevention at the Centers for Disease Control.
Thank you so much for having me. Excited to talk.
That's great.
So glad that you found my backup to Anna's Thoughts musical parodies here at Anna Speaks Out. Thanks for being here. As a reminder, a great way that you can support the channel is by becoming a Patreon member. There are a lot of videos available already, and it's just $3 a month to get access to all of those, plus every monthly video to come. Well, the link will be on the website in the description. Thank you so much in advance to anyone who decides to support in that way, and now let's get all the way into today's video. From whitehouse.gov, President Biden announces team to lead monkeypox response from August 2nd, 2022. And it reads, today, President Biden named FEMA's Robert Fenton as the White House National Monkeypox Response Coordinator and Dr. Dimitri Daskalakis as the White House National Monkeypox Response Deputy Coordinator. Fenton and Daskalakis will lead the administration's strategy and operations to combat the current monkeypox outbreak. Daskalakis, a leading public health expert, is currently director of the CDC Division of HIV Prevention, widely known as a national expert on health issues affecting the LGBTQIA+ communities. So I guess that's the lesbian, gay, bisexual, did we mention gay, intersex, asexual plus community. No, but in all seriousness, I would say that it's a little disturbing to see such a glaring typo on an official government website, but really that's quite fitting for this administration, isn't it? Anyway, I thought it would be interesting to compare the differences in the amount of monkeypox cases that have been observed in the Middle East as compared to San Francisco. Because as you saw at the beginning, there is a high percentage of men who sleep with men who have been getting monkeypox, and if you didn't know, the Middle East has a pretty different way of responding to and interacting with the LGBTQIA+ community than we do here in the United States, especially places like San Francisco. So as of September 9th, in San Francisco, there were 748 total cases observed, as well as 35 new cases in the previous 7 days. And all that I could really find when I looked up the monkeypox situation in the Middle East was that as of early July, health officials had identified 75 cases total in several different Middle Eastern countries. And as of August 16th, 2022, Iran had identified its first case of monkeypox. Some other interesting things to note related to this topic are that typically you can get in trouble in the Middle East simply for expressing the fact that you are gay or have interest in LGBTQ types of activities. And then in San Francisco, on the other hand, there's a whole website dedicated to San Francisco gay cruising parties, including sex parties. So, maybe these things have something to do with the large disparity in the number of monkeypox cases in the Middle East versus San Francisco.
Yeah, so I think, this virus transmits through very close skin-to-skin physical contact, often in the setting of sexual exposure.
So, that just kind of makes you wonder if NYC's leather daddy, HIV czar, is really the best choice to be the United States monkeypox response deputy coordinator. He appears to engage in these types of sex parties himself, so would he really encourage gay men to stop attending them? Or if he did, would they really take him seriously and listen to his advice? It almost makes you wonder if the Biden administration actually cares about stopping the spread of viruses. I mean, the guy even began his career by frequenting a venue where men go to have sex with each other.
My guest today is Dr. Dimitri Daskalakis. How did you decide that public health is where you wanted to go? What moment in your life do you go, that's it, that's what I want to do?
Ultimately, I think that I knew I wanted to do public health when I started an HIV testing program in a bathhouse in New York City.
I can only imagine what it was like, especially in a place like a bathhouse where men are going to have sex.
But of course, this is not the first time that we've had a questionable person be picked as a Biden administration official. We do have an obese man with a mental disorder leading him to believe that he is a woman as our health secretary, after all. And don't forget about non-binary drag queen and kink activist Sam Brinton, who was recently appointed to the Office of Nuclear Energy in the United States. And there is the newly appointed Supreme Court Justice, who is notorious for going super easy on criminals who have been convicted of heinous sex crimes against underage individuals. A lot of people have been saying that Daskalakis is a Satanist because of pretty much this photo here, which very well could be true, but unfortunately a lot of people wear pentagrams on their clothing without really even realizing what it is, so it's really hard to say, as I didn't find any other obvious evidence of him being a Satanist. But the primary motto, if you will, of Satanism is do what you will be the whole of the law. And to me, the bigger picture here is kind of that the U.S. government is kind of making that sort of statement with the type of people that they have been putting into office. A few decades ago, it would have been insane and there would have been outrage about these types of people who they would have probably called degenerates being in government, but now it's put in our faces and celebrated on purpose. So to me, that's the bigger picture to think about. But those are just my thoughts. I would love to know what yours are. Thank you again so much for being here today. Since you liked the video enough to make it all the way to the end, don't forget to click the thumbs up and share with somebody else who would also find it interesting. Leave your comments below and we'll all have a conversation. If you really enjoyed it, check out the description for several different ways that you can support. Have a wonderful night, afternoon, morning, evening, whatever time's in